For years now, Kenya seems to have become a macabre stage for chilling discoveries that have left the nation reeling, jaws dropped in disbelief. From the grim revelations of the Shakahola massacre in 2023, where shallow graves held the remains of cult victims, to the haunting discoveries of bodies dumped in a quarry in Embakasi, and now yet the uncovering of more graves in the once peaceful lands of Nzoia.
Cuando unafunika huku mahali inakaa mbaya. Haya, leta position.
The latest in this unnerving string of events centers around Alice Chemutai, a resident of Kitale town. Alice, whose occupation remains unknown, vanished without a trace. Her family, accustomed to hearing from her frequently, grew alarmed when 2 weeks passed with no words. The silence was deafening, and soon a frantic search was launched. Seasoned detectives, hardened by years of exposure to Kenya's darkest corners, sprang into action, scouring for clues to Alice's whereabouts. Simultaneously, the police received a tip-off about a shallow grave in the village of Kaliwa, Waitaluk ward. With the scent of suspicion thick in the air, Nzoia DCI Chief Paul Songok led a team of homicide officers to the suspected site. As the officers hacked through the foul smell, an odor they have sadly grown accustomed to since their early days in police college, they came across a grave, shallow and hastily covered, just a stone throw away from a ramshackle madhouse. Then came a revelation no one wanted to believe: the body of a woman wrapped in a blanket, buried in the dirt. It was Alice Chemutai. Her fate was grim, her death shrouded in mystery.
Yes, we've also seen in social media there's a lot of misinformation circulating that there are a lot of bodies. But as you've witnessed by yourself, we have been able to exhume only one body, and so far we have cleared. We are not expecting any more body from that shallow grave.
Elizabeth Kipkemboi, Alice's sister, was heartbroken. 2 weeks earlier, Alice had disappeared, leaving behind no clues, only questions. And the police, never once to miss a beat, had also arrested 2 men suspected of being involved in a robbery with violence at Mailisaba police post. Little did they know these arrests would soon lead them down a path far darker than they had imagined. At one of the suspects' homes, officers spotted what seemed to be a fresh grave, cleverly disguised as a mud pit for plastering the walls of a nearby house. They sought an exhumation order from the courts, and with the legal green light, they returned to dig. What they unearthed was harrowing: a decomposing body wrapped in a blanket. Alice, a victim not just of death, but of something far more sinister. The suspects were found with a collection of odd items: a motorcycle, mobile phones, and even a Jungle Police uniform, raising further questions about the extent of their criminal activities.
John Joroge tunazika this week. So alipatikana kwa lami amelala kando. This week tu yenyewe hii amelala kwa lami kando, amenyang'anywa simu yote, mikono yote iko nje, pikipiki yake imeenda. Na hiyo kitu tuna connect na hao majamaa tu bado.
While only one body was recovered, the investigation is far from being over. Detectives are piecing together the puzzle, combing through evidence in the hopes of uncovering the full story. For many Kenyans, this grisly discovery is a haunting echo of the Shakahola horror, where bodies were found buried in a mass grave in the forest. Now the parallels are hard to ignore. Innocent lives snuffed out, buried in shallow graves, their stories silenced, leaving the rest of us to wonder how many more secrets lie beneath Kenyan soil. Now the discovery of Alice Chemutai's body is another grim reminder that the shadows of crime still loom large, leaving us to ask, who will be the next in this unfolding nightmare?